안녕하세요 여러분, Justin here from 신디샘TV. Today we're here with Shane, David, and Jonathan, who are very special 신디샘 students. So today we're going to do a very quick Havrutta style lesson. Havrutta means friend, and it's the way that Jewish people study. Instead of a teacher just teaching everything to you, we try to learn with a group of friends and learn from each other. So instead of the teacher saying everything to the student, the point is you ask your friends questions and you and your friends try to think about it together. So I chose a story. This is from a book about the Bible, but it's not the Bible, about the expulsion from Eden. I think that there's a lot of good lessons that we can learn and a lot of good questions that you guys can ask each other in it. Do you guys know what Eden is?
Yes.
Yeah. So before we start a lesson, every time we need to activate prior knowledge. So before we start just going into a subject, we have to remember what we know about the subject. So first, we're going to just talk a little bit about what we know about it. So do you guys know Eden?
Yeah. Yes.
What is it?
It's a garden.
Garden.
Good. Where or when?
A long time ago.
Good.
Yeah.
And who lived there?
Adam and Eve.
Good. What was in the garden?
Trees.
Tree of knowledge and
Good.
tree
And,
of life.
oh, good. Yeah, the tree of knowledge and the tree of life was there. Did Adam and Eve just live there forever and never do anything bad?
No.
What did they do?
They ate the tree of knowledge.
Oh, good, Jonathan. And then what happened to them after that?
They were naked.
They got
They were
smarter.
naked. Good. They got smarter. And then where did they have to go?
Get food?
They had to learn how to get food themselves. Could they stay in the garden?
No.
What lesson do you think you learned from that?
Maybe when someone tells you not to do it, don't do it.
Okay, listen. Listen to people. That's a good lesson. Now, we've just activated all of our prior knowledge. We're thinking about Eden. So what we're going to do first is we're going to read the short bit of it, and we're just going to read it through. One part, beginning to end. Even if we don't understand something, we're just going to keep going. Then, we're going to talk about it after that. So we're just going to read a short bit of this. Who wants to read it?
Yeah, read.
So read just until the first 3 paragraphs.
A serpent inhabited the Garden of Eden,
Shrewd
and full of unknown motives. That serpent wove his way through the fragment plants and flicked his tongue against the woman's cheek. "Do the Lord forbade you to eat the fruit from the trees?" "The Lord didn't say that," said the woman quickly, for though she hadn't yet been alive when the Lord told us the rules, she knew them. "We can eat fruit, just not from the tree in the middle of the garden. If we eat from that tree, if we even so much to touch it, we die." "Wrong," the serpent circled the woman and flicked his tongue against the other cheek. "You won't die. Your eyes will open. You'll know what is good from what is not, like God do."
Good. So that's our first read through. Now, are there any words that you didn't understand in there?
Forbade.
Forbade. Good. Who knows what forbade means?
Like forbidden, kind of.
Good. Forbidden. And what's forbidden?
Not to
Right.
go and you can't come here ever.
Right. It's like a rule that you can't do something.
Fragrant.
Oh, fragrant. Jonathan, you good. These are the exact words I wanted to pick out. What's fragrant? Fragrant means it smells good. Why did the plant smell good? What do Adam and Eve do with all of the plants? Eat them, yeah. Because this is a beautiful garden where everything is fresh and beautiful, so these plants smell really good. What does shrewd mean? Is shrewd a good thing or a bad thing, do you think?
Bad thing.
Bad thing.
Bad thing?
Yeah. Shrewd is like cunning, smart. We've identified some of the words that we don't know and defined them. Now, we're going to just find out on a basic level, what is this about? So without going deep into it, what did we just read?
About a serpentine trying to make a girl
Eat
or
the
woman eat a fruit.
Good. So there's a snake in the garden, and he comes to the woman. Can the snake talk?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. What does he say?
If you eat the plant, you'll
be
be
smart.
like God.
You won't die and you.
Let's see exactly what he said here. Though the Lord forbade you to eat the fruit from the trees. And then he says, wrong. You won't die. Your eyes will open. You'll know what is good from what is not, like the gods. The snake comes, and he's trying to make her eat the fruit. That's a good surface. This is what that's about on the surface. Let's read it one more time and let's try to find a deeper meaning to it. And then I'm going to ask you a question. And then what I want is for you guys to try to ask questions too. One of the most important things in this style of learning is that there isn't a right or a wrong answer. Like, we're asking each other what we think this means. And when you're asking what you think it means, there's no right way to think about it or wrong way to think about it. That's just my thoughts. And so you guys can say whatever you want and you can ask whatever you want. A serpent inhabited the Garden of Eden, shrewd and full of unknown motives. Why do you think it's a serpent? When you think about serpent, what do you think about?
Poison,
Poison,
biting,
biting,
weird patterns on their back,
weird patterns on their back.
Slither.
Oh, slithering, slimy,
Scary.
scary. Do you think they're scary to you just because of the story, or are snakes just scary?
just scary.
Yeah. So you think they chose the snake because it's scary?
Because it looks dangerous.
Because it looks dangerous? What do you think it represents?
That something bad is gonna happen.
Most people think that the serpent represents evil. What's evil?
Bad.
The opposite of good.
Yeah.
But what is it? What do you think it is? Do you think if you see evil, you can know what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think there's only good and evil? Like a person is good or a person is evil?
No.
Or do you think that there's a middle too?
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Like people who are just normal.
Can normal people do evil things?
Yes.
Yes.
Can evil people do good things?
Yes.
The serpent in the garden is evil. The serpent wove his way through the fragrant plants and flicked his tongue against the woman's cheek. Why do you think he flicked his tongue against the woman's cheek?
Because snakes smell with their tongue.
Oh, because snakes smell with their tongue. Though the Lord forbade you to eat from the fruit of the trees, did the Lord forbid him from eating from the trees?
Yes.
All of the trees?
No.
No, which tree?
Just
The-
a tree in the middle.
Yeah.
Tree of knowledge and life.
The Lord didn't say that, said the woman quickly. For though she hadn't been alive when the Lord told the first human the rules, she knew them. We can eat fruit, just not fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. If we eat that fruit, even if we so much as touch it, we die. Is that true? If they eat from the tree, they die?
No.
No? Why do you think she thinks that?
Because God told.
Them not to, and she just suggested an idea.
Do you think that was a lie?
No. Kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It wasn't the exact truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a simplified version of the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if I tell a baby or a toddler, don't touch that bottle because if you touch it, you'll get hurt. But if they touch it, they're not going to get hurt. But if they drink from it, they'll get hurt. So did I lie to the toddler?
No.
No.
Also wasn't the truth as well.
Right. So it wasn't a lie, but it also wasn't the truth.
Yes.
You think that's good?
If it's for them, yeah.
So what if I said something to you like, you can't go outside because if you go play with your friends outside, you'll get hit by a car and die. And then you think that's always true, but really it's just dangerous. Is that a lie or is that
Kind of a lie.
kind of a lie? Do we need to do it sometimes?
Yeah.
Wrong. The serpent circled the woman and flicked his tongue against her other cheek. You won't die. Your eyes will open. You'll know what is good from what is not, like the gods. What do you think that means? Knowing what's good from what's not.
Like just knowing what's good and not.
Yeah, like doing the right stuff and doing the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Can you do bad stuff if you don't know what good stuff is?
No. Yeah. A
Yes
little.
and no, because if you don't know what good stuff is, you might do it, and other people might think you're a good guy.
If I kill a person, is that bad?
Yes.
If a lion kills a person, is that bad?
Yeah.
If I kill a
She don't
person, is that evil?
Yes.
If a lion kills a person, is that evil?
No.
Why?
Because
It
lions
just wants to
don't know.
protect itself.
And does a lion know what's good from evil?
No.
No. So before we ate that fruit, are we like people or are we like animals?
Kind
Of animal.
Yeah, because we don't know what's like good or what's bad. What do you think is better? Knowing what's good and bad or not knowing?
Knowing.
knowing.
If you had the choice to be able to see good and evil and
Yes.
not see good and evil, what would you choose?
To see good
To
and
see.
Why?
Because then you know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And whenever someone tells you not to do it, then you won't do it instead of doing it.
Maybe we will.
And then what happens if we do?
We get in trouble.
We will get in trouble and be bad.
So it's better to have the opportunity to be bad
Yeah.
than it
Yeah.
is to always be just normal?
Yeah.
I want to do a little exercise. Shane, I want you to take the opposite side, saying that it's not good to know good and evil. So even though you don't think like that, imagine what a person who thinks like that might think. Okay, and David, I want you to take the other side. Knowing good and evil is good. So, David, you talk to Shane about your thinking, and then Shane, you ask him questions and try to tell him your thinking. David, start by just saying your thinking.
I think knowing what's good and evil is good, because then you know what's right and what's wrong, and when someone tells you not to do the wrong thing, then you should do the right thing.
I think not knowing what's good and not is better, because if we know it, then we could be bad, not good, and we could be good, but still we could do lots of bad stuff.
But then when we know what's good and wrong, or what's good and evil, then when someone else is doing bad, then we could tell them to do the good stuff instead of us getting in trouble too.
But I think if somebody's doing a very bad thing, then we shouldn't be with them and not get in trouble.
So, did talking about it from both sides make you think of anything different about the other side?
Yeah.
What did you think about that you didn't think about before?
That maybe if we do bad stuff, then the world might be kind of different. So then usually people robbing banks and stuff like that, which is kind of like a normal stuff to do. And then
Like that wouldn't exist
yeah.
if we didn't know about good and evil,
Yeah.
because we couldn't do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Knowing good and knowing evil means that you have a choice. Do you like making those choices? The choices you have to make every day?
I don't like it, but I have to.
If you had no choices, do you think life would be fun, or do you think that would make life boring?
Life
I
boring.
think it would make it boring.
Yeah.
So you would rather have a life with lots of choices, where sometimes you make bad choices and
Yes.
sometimes you make good choices,
Yeah.
than having a life where there's no choice at all.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the most important thing. So I think we can say goodbye. So everyone, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
신디샘TV
신디샘TV 구독,
구독,
좋아요
좋아요,
알람.
알람 설정.
눌러주세요.
How about this time in English? 구독.
Subscribe, and don't forget to push the like button and the alarm button.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.